Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Simon, this is Brett.
Oh, and this is Super Rare, and it's waving.
Is he waving goodbye?
No, it's waving hello, and if you keep saying that, I'll punch you in the arm.
Oh dear, what a pity, never mind.
I'll punch you in the arm now.
Why does he fart while he's punching me? Whoever punches doing that? That's weird.
Okay.
Anyway, since I was a little boy, back in like 20 odd years ago,
20,
maybe a smidge more,
40.
Playmobil has been around for decades, and they always did normal everyday things like schools, fire stations, police stations, ambulances, hospitals, and various things like that. But more recently, they started getting into licensed products, which, when you think Playmobil and licensed products, you might think, oh, that wouldn't be very good. But actually, they are really good at it. And the first ones I started collecting was the Ghostbusters, which I will be showing on the channel at some point. But today, we're going to be looking at one of my other favourite movies from the 80s, Back to the Future. Now here, this is the 1955 edition, which has Marty, who's dressed up as he is in the playing on the Enchanted Under the Sea dance when he's playing Johnny Be Good and stuff like that. And then we've got Dr. Emmett Brown with the leaflet that says "Save the Clock Tower." Now, some people don't like the fact that with Playmobil, the facial features,
You know, he doesn't.
I don't mind it. The facial features are sort of just rounded, and they don't really have any definitive features to show you who people are. But what Playmobil do is make up for that in the outfits they give them. So you can tell basically who that is by the hair and the jacket and the way that they all look. Now this set here actually costs about £6 at the moment. I know you can get them from Tesco supermarket right now for about £6. So it's not actually that expensive either at the moment. They were in some places like 15 for this one, but if you can find it somewhere cheap, it's pretty good. But we're also going to be looking at the DeLorean. Now, originally I was going to open this box and build this on camera, but when I opened it up, I realised that there's quite a lot of small bits to it and a lot of stickers. So what I decided was not to do that, because we're actually trying to learn editing at the moment. And I thought, well, if I tried that, then we needed to edit it. So we're just going to show it now instead.
Wait.
So
this box round. Now, wow.
What?
Something here.
That shows that set that I just showed a minute ago.
So does that mean there's no other ones?
There is an advent calendar you could have got.
We missed out on an advent calendar?
Yeah, I couldn't find it, and because of some things that were happening this year, it was a bit hard to go to shops and get it.
Fair enough.
So...
just wait, why didn't they do...
What?
What? They've done 1955.
Yeah.
What about 2015?
They did, as part of the advent calendar, you could get characters from 2015.
How handy.
Yeah.
How
if
about...
I could get one, then I'll get one and show it in the future. But the trouble is, like I said, there was only one shop near me that was selling it at the time, and unfortunately we couldn't go there most of the time.
What about 1885? Is that in the advent calendar as well?
I'm not sure. I know there's people from the future and like the past is in it, but I'm not sure about 1885.
That is the past.
No, I meant the 1955.
Oh.
Like Biff Tannen's in it, and Marty's girlfriend Jennifer's in it from 1985. So there are some people in it, and there's also a thing that I'm not sure if it's made out of cardboard or what, but there was the clock towers in it as well.
How handy.
Talking about handy, do you want to pass over those figures?
So the first one, we have Marty McFly with his camera, because the last time we tried to do this, someone here forgot.
That was you.
How dare you put the blame on me?
Now I like this. I like two things about this. One, with the actual character himself. Get out. I like the way they've made him to really represent Marty as much as they could with his body warmer, we call them. I don't know what Americans
I thought you
call
called it
them.
a waistcoat.
Waistcoat, body warmer. Like, when they're the puffy ones, we always call them body warmers over here. But I don't know what they call them over in America.
Maybe someone can leave a comment.
Well, I could ask my cousin, really. She's American. Funnily enough. She keeps she loves telling me that too. Because my auntie's Irish, my uncle's English, and she was born in America. So she loves telling me that.
Why?
I don't know, it's the way she is. But, yeah. I like the way he's done, but like I said before, because the faces are just rounded, there's no real features to them. But they make up for it in the hair and the body, which I think's good. And something I really like is the detail they put into the little pieces, like this camera. There's so much, like, you can tell that that's where the cassette tape went, or video cassette tape. And the buttons are coming out here. And you've got the lens and the bit for your eye. And all the other buttons here. I think that's really well done with all the detail. I think that's really nice. Who's next?
We're running out of time.
Who's, what? Why are you dragging him across it for? Right, so here we've got Dr. Emmett Brown, and he's got his tool belt on here. Now this is actually a remote control for the DeLorean, because in the beginning of the movie, as you remember, he was demonstrating it using a radio control and sent Einstein back to the past and then brought him back and compared watches. And he's actually wearing 2 watches. He's got a grey one on this side and a black one on this side.
Because that was necessary.
And then he's got his pens in his pocket up here. And there's a few details on there. The only thing that does let it down a little bit here is they've got copyright UCB LLC and Amblin on his bum. So, and they've done the same on Marty as well. I think they could have done without that. but there we go.
He's got a copyright back.
Wait, next bit.
It's a dog on a skateboard with plutonium.
It was a dog badly falling off a skateboard with plutonium.
Super skateboard.
So here we've got Einstein,
Who's
Doc Brown's faithful dog, and his head moves and his tail moves, and that's it. So we're going to leave him like that because he's a happy little dog.
Yeah. Superman wants to do something.
And then of course you get Marty's skateboard, which is kind of done in an 80s style with Madrid in yellow and white and black, and then this Altero on this purple bit. He's pretty decent. With yellow wheels as well, very 80s colours.
Do you want to see what he's going to do?
What?
He wants to make friends.
That's the difference between the 80s and 90s and now.
Yeah, you don't have bears making friends with dogs.
No, when you used to go out a lot, you used to have a lot of vibrant colours everywhere. So clothes were more vibrant colours. Like I remember my Ghostbusters t-shirt was quite vibrant and fluorescent colours on them. And like when you used to go in shops, they were vibrant. And at Christmas, every town had streets that were decorated. Nowadays, they don't do any of that. It's a shame.
Why?
Then you've got the box that has plutonium, handle with care written on it. And of course you've got 2 spare plutoniums in there. And a spare watch on this one.
Wow, you get 2 plutonium and a watch.
You do get a watch in there, yeah.
Also, so
I put it in there, safety.
Look.
Oh no.
What?
I've just realised something I didn't do.
What?
When we was filming this before, because we actually filmed this once before, and found that Brett forgot to show me the camera and the radio control.
I say no.
And what I did was I actually prepared something before I started filming, and I haven't done it because I forgot. So what we'll do is I'll explain what bit I forgot to do, because it actually hurts my thumb, which is the only other thing that kind of I don't like about this model. But I'm not going to be doing it very often, so I don't really care. What?
Press the skateboard back.
I can give you the skateboard back.
Yeah, you know, the dog can ride a skateboard.
So what I'll do is, if he doesn't get in the way of it, I'll show the car to the camera and point out the little features that I do like on this. And then, when I've done that, I'll put it on the turntable and we'll show it going around on there. So, if I start from the front, what I like about this is you've got the DMC badge at the front, which they've made put on there. I'll do that in a minute. So you've got DMC badge here, and they've put in all these pipes and wire, like tubes and everything on here. We open the door into the cab, and you've got all the dials and everything, and in the middle there you've got the silver display where it told Marty what year he was starting in, what year he was going to, and various other things like that. He's also got the lever he has to pull to engage the time circuits, and it's actually really nicely done. There's detail on the seats. Now if I come back to, did you actually get that? Yeah. If I come back to the front, because underneath this car there's a button, and when you press the button the lights up. So you've got lights at the front and lights up on here, and then of course you've got the flux capacitor that's flashing inside, and then they've put detail of other LED lights on here which don't light up.
Look at this.
Yeah. So I like the details they put into this, and the lights itself, you have you press it 3 times. So the first time you turn it on, it starts flashing, then it goes solid, and then it turns off. The second one, it goes solid all the time and will turn off on its own, and then the third press it turns off
And then turns on.
So it's a pretty nice little thing. Now you've got some nice details on the doors, like the little windows and everything.
Answer this.
And when we get round to the back, they've put a lot of details into the engine compartment. And something that I'm going to show in a minute is this is a really nice amount of detail in here, because you've got all these tubes and all these little odds and ends, like real little details here. And right here you've got the plutonium that you can take out and pretend you're refueling like in the movie. And it's really good. And then on the back here you've got the tail lights, as they call them in America. Over here we just call them backlights. And then it says out of time for the number plate, and on the bumper they've put DeLorean written on there, which is a nice little feature. It's a feature that I really do appreciate.
Answer this.
Now wait a minute. Now when I showed this back piece here with all these tubes, if I show you a model that I got for Christmas, which we're going to be showing on our diecast channel, on the back here there's actually hardly any details put into this engine compartment. So compare that engine compartment to the one from the Playmobil. Playmobil has actually done a lot of details on theirs, and it is really good. So this model by Playmobil, actually would rival a die-cast model. It is really well done. There's a lot of details to it, and I'm really impressed with it. And then in here of course you've got the steering wheel, but it's cut off halfway because otherwise you wouldn't get the figures in. Now I've got to get to the bottom now. This is the bit I don't like. Under here where the wheels are, the back wheels are slightly bigger than the front, but you've got these little clips here, and what you do is you push on those
And break your finger. And also see Superman riding a dog.
and you push down on them, and then these can turn, and then it'd be in flying mode. Now the reason I did it before the video, when I was doing this before, is because doing that they are quite stiff, and it really did hurt my thumbs. So like, it's left a little indentation on my thumb there, because some of them are quite tight. It does do it, it's just tight. Ow.
And is the third one gonna be hurt? Did it hurt?
Yeah.
Shocking.
So it goes into flying mode there, which actually in the first movie it didn't do to the very end.
And the wheels to roll.
Which is actually, well, everybody thinks they planned on doing a trilogy on Back to the Future, but they didn't. It was actually after how popular it was, they then decided to carry on with it all. So just here is the battery pack, and there's a little button. You press that and you've got your fantastic DeLorean. Something else I almost forgot is you've got the lightning rod, which goes in the back there, so that when it was the end of the, well, when Marty was trying to come back from 1955, he put that on, He's driving down 88 miles an hour to hit that lightning, the electric cable, get the jolt of gigawatts that he needed, and go 88 miles an hour into the future.
Here's one thing though.
Don't ask me how much the power was because I can't remember. I've gone blank on it today.
He's admitting.
I don't know why.
He's not gone blank today.
I have gone blank today on it.
But on how much power?
Yeah, I know how much power it takes.
No, he never knows that one.
Yes, I do. Especially after I've watched the movie.
Yeah, see? Only when he's watched the movie.
Shut up. Anyway.
Answer this though.
Let's put him on the turntable.
Wait, no.
No. Put...
There.
Why does he have to suck it up his bum to pull it up here?
Because otherwise
Right, at least it won't roll off this time.
Yeah.
Wait, so you answer
this though.
What?
How exactly do you use a skateboard in real life?
How do you use it?
Yeah.
There's many ways. One way is you stand on it sideways and go down the hill.
Yeah, but how?
And then another way is you put one foot at the front and you turn on it and you don't do that. But you use it one foot to
make your skateboard.
use one foot to push on the floor, get some speed up, then you stand sideways on and you lean either forwards or backwards to make it turn. And you could put your back foot down to make it do little wheelies or stop. That's normally how the brakes are. You could do little jumps, and the other way, you could just sit on it and go down a hill.
So that's probably what you did.
You are only saying that because I told you that's what I did.
Yes.
Because I was no good at riding a skateboard in the 80s. Even though I have two of them, I was never that great at riding them. So,
Answer this. Who invented skateboards?
I can't remember. Anyway, well, if you had to give this a mark out of 10, what would you give it?
9.
Oh, why?
Too small for bears.
Burke.
Look. How's he supposed to fit
In
in
all
there?
honesty, the fact that
Although, wait, open the doors.
wait a minute. The fact that the wheels are quite stiff to do might actually get easier after time, but it's not a big deal. So for the model itself, with the amount of detail that's in here and how well it's made, I would give this a 10.
Right.
With the figures, with the amount of details that are in the costume, but the lack of details in the faces, that would be a 9. So the figures are a 9 and the car is a 10.
I do. You open a door.
Right, so anyway.
Hey, open a door. So you're now finally fit Einstein into the door.
Anyway, if you like this
Hang on.
and you want to see some more, and you maybe want to see the Ghostbusters toys we've got, which actually the Ghostbusters toys, not counting the original real Ghostbusters toys from the 1980s, but anything done in modern days, the Playmobil Ghostbusters toys are actually the best Ghostbusters toys you could get because they've got some really good details to them. So if you want to see those in a future video, then please like, share, subscribe, and for now,
You see a dog in a DeLorean.
thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Right, and he's waving, and also he's noticed that. Yeah, I don't think Dog's doing too good.
He does get shot on that part of the movie. Spoiler alert.
Bit late.